In the book you describe Roger as an alpha boy. What do you mean by that term?
In our society we have a lot of alpha boys, young, immature men who have a lot of acclaim and fame and fortune. The alpha boys of our culture are now becoming the male role models. So they're the new modern role models that our young boys are looking up to and looking for advice in terms of lifestyle. And it's a very one-dimensional lifestyle.
What do you mean by one-dimensional?
Unable to react emotionally intelligently to disappointment. So focused on self, not able to think of others.
Describe the relationship between alpha boys and women.
Roger very typically undertakes a whole series of conquests without consequence. He's addicted to the pursuit rather than the actual consequence.
What do you mean by that?
Their focus is on themselves and not on others. Young men don't have the emotional intelligence to actually undertake relationships with women.
How does Roger maintain control?
He's taught from a very early age to compartmentalise his life. He actually locks down and shuts away memories that come to him and feelings. So all of memories, feelings and emotions are locked away and he doesn't access them.
How else does he maintain control?
He's able to become a master of very small things. He's very hard working, and alpha boys work very, very hard, but by working so hard they lose contact at actually the important things in life.
That lifestyle can be very stressful.
He becomes very stressed because the job becomes so important to him. He seeks status and he's always looking upwards, he's always trying to ascend, and by always trying to ascend he actually misses out on opportunities.
He loses control.
He's confronted by a daughter that he has, and that is someone who he has no control over.
What else disturbs him?
The disappointment of being overlooked for promotion comes as a huge shock and disappointment to him and distresses him hugely.
As a consequence, he turns to spirituality.
For me, it's important that as a man, he looks to the spiritual side of the world. And the ability to master the world gets loosened. He suddenly realises the superficiality of his lifestyle and actually seeks something more.
This is a very strong theme in the book.
Absolutely, and I think it's very important that we understand that men have a spiritual path as well as women.
Roger's taught a spiritual practice by Brian.
Brian is a beggar. He represents Roger's shadow. So Brian represents everything that he's not. He's a beggar, he has no money. And I think this is a very strong spiritual theme, that often the teachers that we receive are the ones that we fear or hate the most.
Roger seems to have a lot of disappointments in the book.
Yes, as a consequence of his lifestyle, he's confronted by disappointment. He gets disappointments throughout his life, but as he accumulates these disappointments, he actually starts to learn lessons.
And this affects his relationships with women.
Yes, so he has the emotional intelligence to actually undertake a long-term relationship with a woman who he finds love and affection for. And that then affects his relationship to other men.
How do you mean?
He's able to work with men and to learn from other men. As an alpha boy, he only thinks of them as rivals. But now as an alpha wolf, as he moves towards that, he's able to share and learn from other men.